in San Diego. It's a beautiful city. Drove about 7 hours, thinking how much longer I'm going to keep driving to Southern California as opposed to flying. I'm sure I'll make the transition at some point, but pulled in and hadn't really thought about parking. I mean, I assumed the hotel had its own parking structure. All they have is valet for $65 a night, and I decided I didn't want to do that. And the valet person told me about dollar an hour parking structure like a couple blocks away, so I was going to park there. And then there's street parking on the street, and so he pointed to it, and there was a spot available. He said, parking there is free for as long as you want. Just pull right into that spot. Like, I totally would not have seen that on my own. This was after I had gone in and checked in already, and people at the front desk were very nice. This guy was very nice. It was just a beautiful checking in experience. So, grateful to those people for being good at their jobs and nice. And then took my dog for a walk through San Diego down to where the conference is that I'm here for, and the organization that I joined set up a tent outside the hotel where the conference is taking place, and we're going to be in the tent all day for 2 days doing our business. And just went down. I assume the tent that I saw is our tent. I don't know how many other people set up tents. I'm assuming not many. So I think the one I saw was the one we're using. So I just got excited. Like, I've been at this conference 2 years in a row. This is the third year. So I'm sure I've seen this tent, and it just didn't associate it with it. I didn't know what it was for. I've walked right by it many times. And it's cool to be in the tent this year. I'm very excited. And San Diego is really a cool city. I mean, it's great. It's got such a good vibe, such like a happy vibe. It's a happy city. There's, a lot going on downtown. Even like Sunday night at, it's like almost 10 p.m. at this stage. There's plenty going on, and it's just a nice, interesting vibe. And it's familiar to me now. I mean, this is the third year in a row that I'm down here for this conference, and since I've moved to California, this is the fourth time that I've come to San Diego. Maybe there have been more. There's four times that I remember that I've been in San Diego. And I remember the first time I was here, it was still fairly early on in my time in California. It was like a year and a half in. And I just remember how out of sorts I felt. And I walked all around the city. And the city's actually like on a canyon. And there are a lot of like bridges with a lot of exposure. And I just remember like just having vertigo like the entire time I was here that first time. And then every time I've come here since, I've liked it more. And so I'm excited to be back. And it's nice walking around, feeling familiar. Um, and it just had me thinking, like, I've been here 7 years. Like, that's a decent amount of time. I've also worked for myself for 7 years, and that's the longest I've ever worked for anybody.